Hello, I am Soul Reacher. You may know me from playing Skywars and more recently playing Fortnite, but today I'm here to redo slash review a video I have done in the long way past on my first Soul Reacher channel. It's this video. So, it really just needs dusted off and taken right to the light again. So, welcome to... So we're here on Dragonstone. I have not played for only, 5 hours this entire Minecraft version. Thank God I got good internet right now. Well, for at least a while. I say that as my shit decides it's not gonna open up. Uh-oh. We're gonna go to the dungeons right now. I want to go check out what it's currently looking like. Alright, so we were here about... I'm going to go ahead and just check how long it's been. 3 years ago, we were once in this area. It looked a lot different. I mean, currently, it's not being... it's not in use right now because they're still having to figure out how to use it. And in the background, there's the Forge, which you'll remember I was there once before. This is the tutorial dungeon, so you'll remember this is the original dungeon info book, which I got as a gift, thankfully. So pretty much, it'll just give me instructions on, just a quick rundown of what it is. So if you like D&D or anything of that sort, fantasy-wise, this is the type of server for you. I'm going to go ahead and just tell you that right now. Pretty much it'll lay out what the quest is going on. It'll warn you. I'm guessing those are also just things. Telling you which rarity is of what item. Also what kind of mobs spawn in this specific one. As you can see, it is the tutorial dungeon, so it lists out how much your time limit is, what the difficulty is, title, cooldown, and the usual max level of each thing. And this is the first dungeon. It's called Happy Hills, which thankfully I've had a lot of experience with that one, especially in the first video that I made about this. But right now, as you can tell, the difficulty is easy. There are 4 player lives. The time limit's only 15 minutes, and I'm telling you, that is more than enough time to be able to get this done. People have speed ran this thing. I think the quickest was like 2 minutes. I don't know. I'm just probably over exaggerating, but anyways, see, once again, it gives you the rundown of what it is. Tells you what the quest and what you got to do. You got, find the elite zombie and put a stop to it before its undead horde grows further. It'll warn you. There we are. Tells you what rarities you can get in this dungeon. Pretty much it's just the same thing for the last one. Usually they're in here, but you can't really take them. At least you're not supposed to right now. That got fixed. But anyways, we are on the second dungeon, which is the outpost. This is the second location our dragons have discovered. We can sense strong undead energies within this realm. We recommend bringing full diamond equipment with enchantments. That's important. Your quest. Our draconic scouts have observed a corrupt warden with powerful magic that has twisted to strengthen itself and its undead army. Find the warden and put a stop to it before its corrupted magic begins harming wildlife and nature. It'll warn you. I'm assuming these are what those symbols mean. Of course, types of treasures you can get. I think this is when this is after Aetheryte ore was first introduced into the last dungeon. And there's forest crates, which I know in this one specifically they're a higher rarity, but that currently I believe is... Oh, there is another one, which I'm guessing they skipped this one. There's no book on it yet, so there's not really any information on it. Now this one This one was not skipped, but there's not been a book made for it. But from what I have seen, that is a very, 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 very reasonable amount of time for it. But those levels are crazy. I have not even tried this one yet because I know that I won't even make it through like the first part, which the first part is like basically, from what I've seen, those old dungeons just in the beginning. And the final boss is like a regular. At least that's what I've seen. I could be completely wrong there, but it's Ancient Dig Site, which is supposed to be like, as you can tell, it's like deserty themed with like temples and stuff, which I did like when I saw some teasers on it posted in the Dragonstone Discord, which I will actually put that in the description if you would like to join the community. It is a lively community with very friendly people. We have been around, or at least they have made it, or like the server itself has been around since like 20. Okay, I'm not even gonna put like a year on it. I meant to put say what server version, but it's been around, I believe, since 1.13, and it's been here since then, and I've been in here since 1.16, which is exciting because I've been able to see the server grow, and I remember seeing them design this when it was just in the side of a mountain in 1.20, which feels like forever ago now, but like this was in the side of a mountain. Yes, we are now back at the forge. We've not been here for a long time. Let's go ahead and read what the sign says. If you are new, we recommend finishing vanilla survival first. Welcome to the Dragonforge. This is mainly in-game content. You may earn all materials by playing dungeons, and it shows you the command, which is /dungeon_play, which will soon to be gone once the actual forge is added, but right now it's just commands for simplicity. I don't know where that goes, and I am not interested in going and seeing where that goes just yet. This is the Draconic Reactor. If you have any glitched, like, I guess, currency items, you can use this to fix that. And you can even use it to go from shard dust to regular shard, to 10 of them, or even to do a whole shard of block. Oh yeah, this one is the one that actually does that. That one just helps you stack items. This helps you fix broken items. We are going to go to this first. This is the event forge. I have absolutely no clue what any of this is, but apparently you can get items by partaking inside of actual events. This is the soul storage, so pretty much if you have any materials in a past reset and you wanted to bring some over, you could store it here and it would be brought over to the next and you're able to you're just able to bring any materials over from the old version into the new version, and you can just pretty much start off with a little bit of a boost in the next version. This is the essence generator. As you can tell, it generates essence based off whatever materials you have. Like here it says the ingredients are 2 shard dust, 8 rotten flesh, and 8 bone. If we right click on that, it shows us the ingredients to show us what specific items we need just to construct that. Primordial essence, which has a long forging time. You need a lot of items that need other crafting stuff in order just to get. Time to say hello to our old friend, the Aether Forge, and although I can just walk amongst that freely, I don't know why I jumped. Anyways, this is the main forge. This is where you can get the main items inside here. If you right click on it, it shows you a screen, and Feather Client is covering this up, but I'm not even going to worry about that right now. This is the Aether Blade. As you can tell, we're going to right click on that so we can see the actual item. It has looting 3, mending, and soulbound, which pretty much means that if you die, you always have it on you no matter what. And then below that, it shows what type of item it is, how much damage it does, how fast it can hit, and how much PvP power it has. Now, let me explain something behind that. Back in 1.16, when I joined, there was a big problem with PvP and player just versus player combat just being very common. Like, you couldn't step outside spawn without somebody wanting to kill you or place a trap waiting to kill you. I mean, really, it was a bad problem. Eventually, that got resolved almost right after that point. But this is before dungeon items were really accessible by everybody, so those who did have them and were fighting people had a really big advantage over everyone else just because they've been playing for a long time. But as we move on, this is the basic one of the basic items you can get. Special abilities. This blade swings in a long arc slash size. I don't even know what the symbols mean, but based on what that says, it's sweeping damage, but it's like longer and further out, so you have like a further reach with that sweeping damage, but it also deals additional vertical knockback. This is the I'm guessing it is not the upgraded version, it's just another, it is an upgraded version. Has the same enchantments. It's an unbreakable sword, so no matter what you do, this is just meant for grinding at least. I know this item was made specifically because somebody wanted to use it in one of their farms so they can get a lot of XP. And special abilities has the same that I see. The only difference is that it just has unlimited durability, so pretty much nothing can break this thing, no matter how long you use it. There's Cloud Boots, which is a part of this first Aether set, which it comes with Mending, Feather Falling X. In regular terms, that'd be Feather Falling 10, Soulbound. It's an armor type, and it has +2 armor, additional to whatever it is normally, and it has a fall resistance of 50%. Special abilities. It grants permanent jump boost 3, which is good if you're a builder, or really if you just want to jump out of an area if you are needing to, and an increased jump height and mobility, like walking on clouds. It only has 75 durability, so this is something you would use in specifically a situation where you're not going to be having to worry about durability that much. Aether Flint and Steel, which from what I understand is just an advanced version of Flint and Steel. Aether Shears, same thing. Aether Axe is pretty much just a regular, it's like you take a netherite axe and you say, give it some more. Tree Feller enchantment, I don't remember exactly what that does. I think that breaks every single log in a tree when you break the bottom one. But this has a bigger wide arc on direct hit. It does 80% damage when you do that though. But it does have about the same durability, I believe, as a regular netherite axe. Aether Pickaxe has Mending, Tunneling, Soulbound is just a tool. It does have 4 attack damage, and it is quicker than using the sword. You can use 3x3 mining with this one, and it does 10 times damage to dungeon ores, which are pretty much entities that you have to manually hit. So this is like an OP weapon against the ores that you have to attack in the dungeons. I'm not even going to go over the shovel. Now the Aether Bow, which is pretty interesting, but it has infinity, so thankfully you don't have to worry about ever running out of arrows. Just got to have one. Has 42 range damage. Arrow velocity is 60, so it travels faster, and it has only 30% PvP power. The special abilities is fires 0 gravity Aether arrows, so pretty much you don't have to worry about drop. Inflicts slowness 2 for 2 seconds, so if you get hit by this thing, you best believe you are slowing down. Now the Aether Wand. Now I know wands have been something that was like one of the main choice of weapons, because this thing had more than 50% PvP power, so it looks like this has been, I'm guessing, debuffed maybe, but it has Looting 3, Mending, and is Soulbound. It is a wand, and it does 18 spell damage, 40 spell range. It has 6 spell speed, AoE radius of 1.5, casting speed of 1, mana cost of 3, and only has 50% PvP power. And you can add you can add Aether focuses to either enhance or pretty much make the mana like cost go down, so you're not using as much mana, or you can store mana, at least to my knowledge. You can right click it to send a Aether bolt in their direction, and it'll follow them, and it'll just hit them. And you can left click something to cast Gust, which has a cost of 2 mana and a cooldown of 10 seconds. The targeted entity is knocked back a short distance, which is just like knocking something back. So if you see a mob that's stuck on a ledge and you want to just knock it off and get it over with, this is the way to go. Now the Aether armor, I am not even going to go over this, but this is pretty much, I will just go to the chest plate and you'll get a sneak peek. It has pretty much, it's take netherite armor and say give me more, but it has less durability, unfortunately. I know that was something that is a way to make this not too powerful against netherite, because we don't want to give it the same amount of durability and it just be overpowered for no reason. We want to make it to where that if people are really not thinking about it, this thing will break. And it's mainly just meant for dungeons and not supposed to be used for any PvP combat situations. But it does have fire protection as well as protection. So this is pretty much the water to the fire. On this next one is more advanced, which I will not go into the more advanced versions. I will cover, though, Raven Wings, Dovahkiin's Helmet, Sky Dragon Helmet, which I talked about earlier. Now, Raven Wings is pretty much, if you don't really want to wear a chest plate, this is pretty much just a chest plate. It has a protection of 4, it repairs itself, and it is soulbound. You will never lose it. It has 3 armor, and it has 100% fall resistance, so I'm pretty sure you can fall from almost any height and not take any damage. It has a 10% magic resistance, so anything that uses magic does not do that much 10% less damage. And it has a max mana of 10. So when you're wearing this, you can only use 10 mana. And your mana regen is 0.2 every second. So let's talk about the special abilities. You can sneak while gliding to ascend, which has a cost of 3 mana and a cooldown of 0.5 seconds. You flap your wings to ascend in the air. While wearing, you gain 10% movement speed, so you can run around, you can fly, you can jump, and you can do that all quicker. And your wings slowly repair while worn, which we read earlier. And you are immune to fall damage. We also read. But this is a really good item. I know this came out before Forge came out, and players had used it, and it was pretty OP. Now let's talk about Dovahkiin Helmet, which is like a netherite helmet, but give me every single type of protection and just get me methed up. It has protection 4, respiration 3, fire protection 3, blast protection 3, projectile protection 3, and it's soulbound. It has 3+ armor, 4+ armor toughness, and it has a 25% knockback resistance, so it's good against those wands, it seems. And it has a max mana of 25 plus and a mana regen of 0.5 per second. The ability cooldown reduction is 10% though, so although it's more of like a tanky item, this is something you're going to want to have if you just want to tank a lot of damage and not really have to worry about that durability, because it's got 4,000 of that. Let's talk about the special abilities. You can sneak left click to cast Unrelenting Force, which I am not even going to get into how much that cost. Well, it costs 20, but it has a cooldown of 45 seconds. Your voice emits a powerful shockwave, knocks back and damages all entities. It only ignores 50% of knockback resistance, and it deals half damage to players. So, for instance, this is not something you're going to want to use as an offensive, especially in a PvP scenario, but it is something that is good to tank a lot of damage if you're running through a dungeon that you need to tank the damage through. And as we saw, while wearing, you gain 10% speed, so this could be a good mashup with the Raven Wings as well. Now, the thing I've been waiting for, Sky Dragon Helmet. I was pretty close to being able to make this last version. Unfortunately, I just right as I was about to get enough stuff for it, I just gave up. So I never ended up getting it, but let's take a look. We gotta read. This is one of the dragon helmets, which there are not that many of, and I'll go over the rest of them in just a minute before I head over to Hellforge. But I'm gonna read off practically everything. It has a max mana of 50 plus, max health of 6 plus, so you have 6 more hearts, and you have a 50% knockback resistance, fall resistance of 100%, armor plating plus 4, and armor toughness of 10 plus. Now let's go over the special abilities. If you sneak while in the air to toggle Sky Dragonflight, which costs about 0.2 to 0.8 mana per second with a cooldown of just 1 second. It allows you to hover in the air, ascend by looking up, descend by looking down, and your mana is slowly drained, and you cannot regenerate while flying, but you become empowered while flying, which greatly increases your magical abilities. You can, if you really want to see more, just do /buff list, and taking damage while flying drains additional mana. So pretty much, if you're flying already and you don't have that much mana left, if you get hit with an arrow or let's say a wand, you're gonna come down. And left click with an empty hand while flying to cast Mana Barrage, which does 10 damage and has an AoE radius of 1.5, and it costs 2 mana to use with a cooldown of 0.3 seconds. Fires a rapid fire twin barrage of mana projectiles. Deals low damage but restores 2 mana per hit, 3 mana from players. While wearing, you gain mana retention. Excess mana above your maximum decays 10 times slower. So if you have a more mana than you really should, if you're just able to stack up that much more, if you have an item that allows you to, then that just only decays 10 times slower, so you're able to just use pretty much everything else as long as it doesn't directly just take it out. Like, let's say with the flying, you can fly for even longer. And taking damage grants you 1 stack of chromatic scales. It grants you 1% damage resistance per stack, and your max is 20. You are immune to fall damage, and you grant a permanent speed 1, which is great. Let's be honest. If you had this and then a set of advanced true Aether armor, you're pretty much fully kitted out in like the Aether sense. I mean, the Dovahkiin helmet is meant for really tanking, but this is more of your offense / I want to get the hell out of there if I need to. And that was the Aether Forge for right now. I won't really go over what all these are. I'm sure that you can definitely take a look for yourself. Like, these are the Aether Infuser. You can make Aetherite ores. You can turn the ores into like Aetherine Steel and Starlight Alloy, which is pretty much an advanced version of that. These are the dungeon modifiers, which just makes the dungeons harder, as you can tell. Didn't know we had forge potions, but these are great to know. These are new items. So now, like I was saying earlier, I wanted to show you the other dragon helmets, which is only accessible like to see with the Spirit Forge, because they're not in any of the forges yet. At least I know there's one that's over there, but we'll go over that one in just a second. So let's right click to see what items we can get. So right now, these are all the items you can get if you have played in a past version. You have like every version has one item you can get. And as you can tell, I have pretty much max stuff. I have max armor. And when it comes to this, if you have crafted it, you're able to access it. So let's say I crafted the Sky Dragon helmet last version, I could just get it right away. Okay, here we are. So let's go over the Sea Dragon helmet. Okay, I'm going to have to turn down my GUI. That's definitely way too big. Yeah, 1 should do the trick. Oh, that's going to make it a pain, though. Let's be real. Sea Dragon helmet. It has 5 protection, 5 respiration, Aqua Affinity, Death Strider 3, Fire Protection, I'm guessing 10, Soulbound, and I'm just going to go over the special abilities right away. You automatically cast Downpour, which outcasts 1.25 seconds, damages 20 arrow damage, and 10, I'm guessing, I don't even know, AoE radius of 2.5, range of 15. Rains water bolts from the sky onto nearby mobs, and landing a bow hit will drop a water bolt with 2 times damage. Automatically cast Cleansing Pool, which is an outcast of 1 second, and your buff radius is 15. Passively heal nearby party members. Bless nearby party members with Sea Dragon's Blessing. And like what that does pretty much is it just grants increased damage, bowfire rate, and movement speed. If you sneak left click to cast Flow State, costs 12 mana, duration of 4 seconds, and it has a 20-second cooldown. It triples the power of the Sea Dragon's Blessing, grants immediate burst healing upon activation, increases the strength of your passive healing, and additionally, while airborne, sneak to cast Turret, which costs 3 mana, cooldown of 5 seconds, summons magic water to propel you forwards. Looking upwards will propel you upwards. Additionally, we have Wild Water, sneak to cast Aquatic Dash, which costs 2 mana and it has a cooldown of 0.75 seconds. Grants you rapid, short bursts of forward movement. Taking damage grants you 1 stack of Chromatic Scales, which the max is also 20 here. While in water, you have increased mobility, and while in water, you gain strength 2. Additionally, it grants you permanent conduit power, so you can just breathe underwater. This to me seems like if you're like running a dungeon, this is like a support. You are a healer. You pretty much you can heal your whole party very quickly to be able to just keep hammering away. Especially if you've got a tank that is starting to get tanked itself, you're able to heal them up pretty quickly, and that it can even just double up. It sees as it seems you can just double up that power, and you can just get that hammered away. The Void Dragon Helmet, which I have never seen this anywhere else, but one person to use it. You have pretty much protection 5, soul protection 10, it's soulbound. Let's go over what the special abilities are, because I've only seen this be used once, and I don't really know how it works, so we're just going to assume how it works. When afflicted with Void Curse, negate it. While negating, Void Curse depletes 60 times faster. While negating, you regenerate 1 heart a second. Negated Void Curse is turned into Void Power, increases your magic damage by 25%, increases your dodge chance by 10%, increases your movement speed by 10%, increases your mana regen by 1 mana per second. Maximum buff duration is 1 hour. Sprint, you have all those for 1 hour. Taking damage grants you 1 stack of Chromatic Scales. It grants you 1% damage resistance per stack, and of course, the same as the max is 20. While wearing, you gain permanent night vision. So no matter how dark it is, you can always see what's going on. And the durability is 25,000. So that is crazy. I don't know why it was made. I know that it's chaotic. So let's go over one more item. The Dwarf Helmet. Has protection of 4, fire protection of 4, and a blast protection of 4. It's also soulbound. So let's just go straight into the special abilities. Mind blocks to increase your dig multiplier, which pretty much, let me explain it real quick, grants you increasing levels of haste. Maximum possible dig multiplier is only 100%. Each level of haste increases mining speed by 20%, and each level of haste increases attack speed by 10%. Pretty much if you're already mining and you get encountered by a mob, you can just hit them 10 times as faster, which the dig multiplier decays more quickly the higher up you get. And while wearing, you gain permanent haste 1. And it only has 5,000 durability. I mean, like, to be fair, this is a good item if someone in your party is mining and you just need to be able to get a lot of materials very quickly. Like, say you got to get a lot of ores, you get a lot of building materials. It is very great to use, especially in the deep mines. Hence its theme. All right. Hopefully, sorry, I need those for building materials. back at my base. Hopefully this is going to be my new friend. It is the Hellstone Forge Tier 2 released. I am excited about this because I only seen this 2 versions ago. And it was just a very bland, barren slate. Didn't have none of this. So let's go ahead and just take a look. Okay. Hellstone Blade. Let's take a look. Has a looting 3, mending, it's soulbound. Attack damage is 18. Your attack speed is 1.5%, so it's like 0.1 faster than a regular sword, and it has a PvP power of 67%. If I remember correctly, these items were designed specifically to be used in PvP situations, so pretty much if you're in the way and you weren't really meaning to be there, you're just gonna get messed up. And this is like an advanced version of the netherite sword. Oh. Oh, jeez. And it does look like you need another gemstone socket to especially enhance the abilities of this one. So let's go straight into the special abilities. On hit, it applies Inferno Hex to your opponent. Mobs take 10, I'm guessing 10 damage per second for 5 seconds. Players take 5% more damage per stack, and the max is 4. This blade swings in a long arc. Slash size is 2.5 upwards and 1 left to right. The damage is 70%. Inferno Hex is applied with 50% potency, so pretty much it's a 50-50 chance whether it's going to hit, and if you get hit a lot, you are guaranteed to get it. But it does have 6,500 durability, which is, let's check the regular netherite sword. I can't tell how much durability it has, but I know that's more than the other item. Let's go over the next one, Hellstone Axe. It does 20 attack damage, which is way better than the regular axe. So if you're getting hit with this, that's all I gotta say. The PvP power is 68%, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be pretty normal. It does have auto smelt, so that is a good thing. In this one, additionally, you can use another gemstone socket to enhance its abilities. So let's go straight into its special abilities. On hit, it also gives you Inferno Hex, which I did read already, so if you really need to see what that does, just go back about 20 seconds. The axe swings in a white arc on direct hit, which it does 80% damage if it does hit, which has a 50% chance of hitting, so either way you're gonna get messed up by this thing. Like, these are items that are meant for PvP, they're not meant for just dungeons, but they do work really, really well in dungeons. In this one, I see that it has about the same as the last one in terms of durability. Hellstone Pickaxe. It has Mending Efficiency 3, and it's Soulbound. So let's see. It has only 6 attack damage. I wouldn't expect it to have that much, but let's talk about its special abilities. Infernal Heat automatically smelts ores, which is a great thing. Especially auto smelt is a great thing if you're not really wanting to go back and forth just to smelt all your ores because you got so many in your inventory. You can definitely stack up more and more, especially since it's already smelted, and if you have chests down in the mines, you won't have to travel it back and forth and have to worry about getting so much coal just to smelt it all. It's reinforced with stronger durability, and it does 10 times damage to dungeon ores, which is great, especially for the Happy Hills one, because that would just wipe them in like a split second. It does have more durability than the last one, going at almost 10,000, 9,500 durability. I'm not going to go over the shovel. Hellstone Bow. It has infinity, so like the other one, this seems to be the polar opposite, but it does have infinity. So it's pretty much everything, but it's like just hell themed. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into its special abilities. This bow fires Hellstone arrows, which have an AoE damage of 75%, AoE radius of 2, and a chance of 20. Arrows have a 20% chance to explode. Explosion also applies Inferno Hex, which we already know what that does. So it only has 360 durability though, but this is a good thing. Like if you really think about it, if you can shoot a lot of arrows at once, especially if you have another item that is able to make your attack speed quicker, then you're able to just pump out more really quickly. And if you have mending stones, I think that's what they're called, you're able to extend how longer you can use this item, making this an OP item. I'm saying that now, it's an OP item. Holy shit. Let's look at the Hellfire Wand. Okay, so a lot of terms. I'm just going to go straight to the special abilities, and I'm going to let you decide what you think this item is. Like, in terms of just like how overpowered it is. Special abilities. Right-click to summon a meteor fragment. The meteor deals magic damage in a small area. So it pretty much, to my knowledge, what it would just shoot at somebody, and it would split off into, that whole area would just get damage. The meteor deals magic damage in a small area. Okay, that's correct. Projectiles fall to impact the targeted location. So pretty much you aim at something, it's going to hit it, and it's going to hurt everything around it. Left click to cast Flame Burst, which has a damage of 16, and it costs 6 mana, and it only has a cooldown of 9 seconds. You can summon a small fiery explosion around you, deals magic damage, and knocks away opponents. So if you're getting people are starting to close in on you, can just explode them away. And it afflicts opponents with Inferno Hex for 3 seconds, and it can be upgraded with the Infernal Focus Gems. The durability is 666, so do that at your own risk. Hellstone Armor. I'm going to look at the chest plate. Let's see what this is going to give us. Okay, so it pretty much has everything that it should have for like hell themed, which is like fire protection. That's a given. So let's go straight into its special abilities. Sneak while in the air to Flame Dash. Must be wearing a full set of Hellstone armor to use. You go 11 upwards, and you have a buff duration of 1 second and a cooldown of 8 seconds. And it instantly launches you forward a short distance, and your melee weapons briefly have 200% knockback. So if we really think about this, okay, if you've already got max knockback, or if you have another item that grants knockback, people are going to go really far. And if you're in the nether, then they're going to hit the lava and they are going to die. Unless they're also using Hellstone armor. But a full set grants permanent fire resistance. So you ain't got to worry about it unless they also got that armor. Hellstone set bonus. It gives 10 plus max mana, 1 base melee damage, fire immunity, and ability Flame Dash. And it has 2,500 durability. So we got even better versions of the items, which now show the Fire Dragon Helmet, which is what I'm going to go over with in just this part of the forge, and then I'm going to go ahead and test out one of the dungeons for you. Fire Dragon Helmet. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over how much durability it has. It has 25,000, so it has a protection of 5, fire protection of 10, it's soulbound. Let's go straight into the special abilities. Hitting an enemy will cast Combustion. Let me try to see. It deals 150% melee damage as area damage. So pretty much 150% damage all around that person. And it deals 33% melee weapon damage to players. So if you hit somebody, it only does 33%. Sneak left click to summon a meteorite at the targeted location. The meteorite damages a large area with powerful knockback. It only deals half damage to players though. When at low health, gain Infernal Strength. When below 20 hearts, gain Strength 1. When below 10 hearts, gain Strength 2 and Resistance 1. With this one, you can store up to 3 charges of meteor charges. You regain 1 charge every 10 seconds, and you generate health while standing in lava, and it grants permanent fire resistance, which is lifesaver if you fall in the nether. This one is definitely the offensive one if you're having a whole team of just dragon helmets, or advanced helmets, as I would like to call it. This one definitely is able to, like, if it's able to do the offense, take the charge and blow open the wall to allow the other team or party members to close in on whatever targets they have. And that was the Hellforge. So let's go ahead to the regular dungeons, and let's take a look at that first one. Welcome to Happy Hills. Let's go ahead and go over this. Dungeon tier is 1 to 2. Difficulty is easy. Time limit is only 10 minutes, and the group size can be between 1 to 4 players. The mob levels can be between 5 to 20, and the boss level is capped out at 25. So let's go ahead and just start. Ooh. So this dungeon is set to be at 100% right now, and I'm using my regular items. Okay, I need to adjust my sound. I'm not hearing nothing right now. Oh, that's concerning. Good thing I can just take care of this crowd of zombies. I didn't know this, but 3 years ago when I first recorded, the first mobs that you encountered were forest elves. So
has like an apple and basic gear that you could use to get through the dungeon, and as you can see, I'm fighting off what are called forest elves. Now they're a low-level mob because this is its first official phase of dungeons, and
nuh-uh. No sir. Yeah, some shard dust. That's a good start. Okay, that's giving me some hope. Let's go and see what was in this chest, though. 5 iron, not bad, not bad. I will use it somewhere. I haven't used a shield in a minute, but let's go ahead and see. I want to see about the sound. Okay. I was not prepared. Hopefully I can be heard pretty good in comparison to these zombies. When I get tapped, it's okay. No. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Oh, wait, I can just use this. I was going to use that for end game, actually, instead of right this second. Yeah, I got all that. XP. Go ahead and take this bad boy out. Ooh, it used to be just a barrel, but now it's an actual full-on. Nice. No, sir. Back off. It's my campfire, and I'll protect it. Can you? Oh, you can. Dope. Well, I'm gonna save the sweet berries for later. Oh, I gotta take out that one. They don't have a health bar above it. Oh, no. Dope. So let's go ahead and take these bad boys out.
The health level is really high for some reason. But it's like that for a reason, to give the experience, like I said.
Oh, I didn't bring my. Oh, I don't have an axe. Forgot. I don't have an axe no more. Oh.
In the video, I'm actually explaining what the dungeon is and how to do it and whatnot.
All right, let's keep trucking on, sir. Another crate. Nuh-uh. Well. I don't like that timer telling me how long we're gonna do this for. No sir. I'm just trying to break those. Oh. Ooh, Azurite crystal. Dope. Alright. Let's get this crate real quick. I'll do a level 15. Dope. Come on. Give me the fire. Give me the fire. Come on. Can I take this? No, I can't. Oh, I gotta take this out real quick. Before they could even get it to it. Get away with that shovel, boy. Yeah, now he's gone. I'll tank a little bit of this. I can do it. I can take it. Alright, alright. We're near the end of this thing. Oh, you're telling me I could have done this whole time? Dope. Good to know. And the boss has already spawned. Oh man. Well, having only 500 seconds to defeat him is not going to be fun. But it is manageable. Let's go ahead and get out of his range, though. I'm going to take care of his armor ward. So if he can have it, why should not? So if I can't have it, then he can't have it either. That's all I gotta say. Oh. More of his little buddies. Back off. Back off. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, thank God. Let's see what we got. Heck yeah. I mean, it wasn't really worth the 10 iron, but the diamonds, definitely. Any day. And that was pretty much that dungeon. So, now that we got some free time, let's check out where this portal goes. Oh. So it just takes me over to the portal room? Okay. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. Could have been labeled or something like that. Also, when we get to those, you know, that's gonna be some pretty sick dungeons. But I better get to grinding. So I'm gonna have to see you all next time with this. Yeah, I'm gonna run this direction. I need to go grind. I just need to. I need to go grind. Let's just go ahead and go.